And we're going to go back now to the lovely Debbie, right? I know Debbie enjoyed that. She was like commenting away in there, right? So yeah, so Debbie is going to talk about crystals now. So thank you so much, Leslie.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Leslie. That was amazing. I've never heard of tea charms before, so that was lovely. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm going to do a sort of a quick 101 on crystals for everybody. And what I wanted to do is I've actually picked 7 crystals, what I'm going to call my pomegranate crystals. So I'm just going to quickly go through these before I chat about crystals. So the 7 crystals I picked for pomegranate especially is, this one is smoky quartz. And I love this one because obviously we were doing the moon stuff last night, and this is all in the shape of the moon, so this is beautiful. Smoky quartz is absolutely wonderful for vitality, intuition, for male energies, mental activity and protection. It's just an absolutely amazing crystal. They're all amazing. I love them. I love my crystals, my stone people. The other one I picked was moonstone. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can see the moonstone all right. Now, moonstone is good for wisdom, passion, change. It's good for new beginnings, endings, intuition, insight, creativity, and it brings good luck. We can always do with a bit of good luck. The other crystal I've got here is the bumblebee jasper. This is one of my favorite crystals. Just look at all the markings on that crystal. I love this one. It brings zazazoom to your mojo. It really promotes teamwork. It boosts energy. It promotes change, and it gives you drive and passion. And it really helps you to focus and to think clearly. Now, another one, and I'm sure many of you have heard of this one, is the beautiful, beautiful rose quartz. I could not pick the rose quartz for this absolutely lovely festival. Rose quartz is really great for magnifying creativity, imagination. It's very calming, and obviously it's good for love, for romance, for friendship. It enhances the female energy and the female qualities. Absolutely beautiful stone. Another one, quick one, is the blue calcite. This is a really good, obviously we've got lots of people talking here and we're going to have some singing later. This is really good for the voice, for communication, and it's spiritually very, very calming. I've got another blue stone here which I picked. This is the lapis lazuli. And this is a feel better stone. It brings vitality, it brings wisdom, it brings mental endurance, creative expression, and it's good for all psychic abilities. And then my very last one is, I could not go by without a bit of amethyst. Look at that. I love purple's my favorite color, but this amethyst is lovely. And amethyst is great for magnifying the energy of the other crystals. So all those other crystals we got on there, that energy is going to be magnified throughout this beautiful festival. It's good for protection, physical, emotional and mental balance. It helps with moving forward in life. It's great for public speaking. It calms the nerves. It enhances the aura, self-esteem, meditation, and so much more, so much more. So, you know, crystals have been used in healing. They've been used by shamans around the world for centuries. They've been found in the earliest of civilizations. People have used crystals in everyday life as well for healing. Egyptians used to grind up a lovely green crystal called malachite and use it for eyeshadow, and they were often buried with quartz crystals on their foreheads for protection. People in ancient China have been mining jade since as early as 6000 BC. So they're even today, crystals can be found everywhere. They are in rockets that are orbiting the Earth. They are in guidance systems. So crystals really are rocket science. We know that crystals can hold both heat and electricity, and they focus a light energy. And those special crystals, the properties enable very practical applications in today's world, such as silicon dioxide, which is in computer chips, rubies, which are in lasers and MRI scanners, and what we call liquid crystal displays are in your TVs. So crystals are everywhere, and they've been around for years. So I just want to quickly describe what exactly is a crystal. Crystal is an organized group of atoms or molecules. It's a bit scientific, but each crystal, well, this is where what is so interesting, each crystal has different properties and shapes. To put it in its simplest form, sugar crystals, and sugar is a crystal, they're oblong and they've got slanted ends. Salt crystals are cubic, square. Now, some elements can make more than one crystallized form. For instance, carbon. Now that can come in several forms. It can come as graphite, which would conduct electricity, but also you can use it as a writing instrument in a pencil, and it can strengthen steel. Carbon can come as a diamond, and it can be used as in an industrial cutting tool, or it can be used as a beautiful gemstone in jewelry. The thing with crystals, they're all different and they all vibrate at a specific frequency when an electric current is passed through them. So they're all totally different. They look different and they vibrate at different frequencies. And so, I mean, I think the original radios, they were called crystal radios, I think, or something like that, because the original radios were used creating vibrating crystals to create the frequency that transmits signals. So vibrating crystals, as we know, can also be used for timekeeping. We have quartz clocks and quartz watches, and that's because the crystal quartz, and I've got one here, this is a crystal quartz, they vibrate at 60 hertz. So that's 60 times per second, and that is why they're used in watches and clocks. And I and many other people, I'm sure you know, use the vibration of crystals to aid healing in the mind and body. There's many explanations, mystical, magical, scientific, pseudoscientific, for why crystals can be used in healing. But I believe and understand that crystals work with the human energy system. They work through the chakras and not through the physical bodies. The crystals have different energies and different properties, and between them they can affect mental, physical, spiritual and emotional aspects of ourselves. Simply holding a crystal, holding the right crystal at the right time, can bring about a change in our attitude and well-being. Now, what I want to dispel is the myth that you need to look up, if you're interested in crystals, that you need to look up and almost sort of be prescriptive about which ones you buy. I don't want you to do that. Be intuitive, trust your intuition. You don't have to look up the meaning each time you want to buy a crystal. Simply, if you can, just look at them, whether if you're able to go into a shop and look at them, or at a fair, or even on the internet. Just simply look at the crystals, see which ones you're drawn to, which ones you feel a resonance with. Or if you do get an opportunity and you can hold them, just simply put one in your hand and see how you feel. Each crystal's unique properties change our energy field in different ways. So whether you're interested in self-development or spiritual development, protection, health, general well-being, there are multiple crystals that can align to this energy and help you. And the thing to do is get stuck in there. Go and find some crystals, hold them, play with them, and see how they feel for you. It's just, I think, yeah, you don't need to, the books, there's a lot of information and they are very valuable. But when you start out, just play with them. See yourself being drawn to a crystal, or you could call them stone people even if you want. Just see which one's the easiest and the nicest, the ones that feel really good for you. I find sometimes I've got over hundreds of crystals, but the easiest way for me to sort of select which ones I want to work with during the day is I just stand in front of my crystals, I close my eyes, just take a deep breath. When I open my eyes, I'm automatically drawn towards a crystal or maybe certain crystals. And I find that I just pick them up and I carry them around with me all day long. And they are absolutely right. And what sometimes I do is I will feel drawn to crystals, and there's so much information, I don't know everything. At the end of the day, I'll then reflect back in the book and say, what do people say about this crystal? And I'm always absolutely gobsmacked about how much that crystal was the perfect crystal for me for that day. So you may find that actually, there's something that I want to tap into now while I remember it. It's very easy to work with crystals that we feel drawn to, crystals that make us tingle when we pick them up. But sometimes we'll come across crystals that oh, I'm not going nowhere in there. For whatever reason, we feel really repelled. We don't even want to pick it up. My suggestion would be pick that crystal up. Even if you don't want to work with it straight away, I would say pick it up, buy it, put it somewhere safe. What that crystal is doing, it's evoking, it's stirring up things that are probably so deep you don't know what they are, but stuff that needs to be healed. And it's sometimes the crystals that repel us have the most profound effect on our healing. So never dismiss crystals that you don't like. In fact, I would say I would definitely buy those as much as I would buy the ones that make you tingle. There's many different ways of selecting crystals. As I say, you can, which ones you're automatically drawn to, which ones make you tingle, which ones make you repel. But you can also use, if you have a pendulum, you could do some dowsing over crystals and see which ones you know, that seem right for you. So you just sort of dangle your pendulum.
Sadly, there's minutes left.
Lovely, thank you. So you can sort of dangle your pendulum over and see which ones work for you. Hold them, look at them, close your eyes. Just trust your intuition, and that's the main thing, is not to overthink choosing a crystal. You can't go wrong. Simply enjoy the process and quiet the mind and do what feels right for you. And all I would say is when you get new crystals, when you get them home, do cleanse them, because lots of people would have been handling them. It's really important to cleanse your crystals. And you can do that by putting them out under a full moon. You could do that by some crystals you can run underwater, some even just bury in the ground, and some you can just cleanse with an intention. Just hold it, hold the intention that this crystal is cleansed for you and that you want to work with this crystal with love and light for the benefit of all, and that is enough. Crystals are magical. They're my best friends, and they are so powerful. A bit like intuition, they're very subtle as well. But I think, you know, get out there, play with them. Don't be frightened to pick them up, and don't worry too much about, I've got to pick a certain crystal for a certain thing. Just trust your intuition and go with it. But I hope that was a very, very quick run through on crystals. I hope you found that interesting and useful. And yeah,
that was lovely. that was really lovely. Thank you so much, Debbie.
That's all right. That's the quickest run through I've done on crystals. So much.
No, I mean, we couldn't do today without having sort of someone that knew about crystals. So,
no, absolutely not.
Yeah, that was really brilliant. So yeah.